Hello, everybody. Welcome to Behind the Bolt with Pro Bowler Nick Hardwick. I am Jordan Bean, and again, it is deja vu in San Diego. Chargers drop another tough one, 5 in a row in terms of losses for the Bolts. And Nick, it just seems like we are living in Groundhog's Day, and there's no Bill Murray to make it funny.
Put your little hands in mine.
We need the alarm clock and just get it going.
Go away.
Yeah.
I'm going to make an ice sculpture. Yeah. I'm going to put
Don't drive angry
in the face.
Don't drive angry.
Hit the head. God!
Yeah, it's just so frustrating because it seems like we are just telling the same story every week.
Oh, it is painful, and it is. It's the story of not enough when it counts. Critical times in the game, you're setting yourself back with penalties, and you can't get stops on defense.
Well, the Chargers started off the way that I think Chargers fans have been hoping that they would throughout the season. Get a quick touchdown. Jason Verrett, his first pick six of his hopefully many more to come in his career. So you think things are rolling, and you must be feeling pretty good if you're a Chargers fan to start things off.
Yeah, you're up 13-0, and you're going, hallelujah, this is the team we paid to watch. We want to see more of this. And then it just didn't quite get there.
It slowed down. Big plays to start the game for the Chargers, but then big plays from the Bears. Cutler, you got to give him credit. He comes off, throws right back at Verrett, and goes for 47 to Alshon Jeffrey. Jason Verrett leaves the game, and that to me seemed like a turning point for the Chargers on Monday night.
Oh, big time. Jason Verrett is a huge playmaker on this defense. He showed it with the pick six. He's an incredible cover corner. And then you also get Patrick Robinson, who was playing on the outside for the first time this game, who injured his neck, didn't come back, and now you got Craig Mager and Stevie Williams, who are backups.
Right.
But you've got two backups in the game now, which makes it really difficult as a defensive coordinator to cover a guy like Alshon Jeffrey, Martellus Bennett combination there. That's not an easy bind to be put in.
That's not easy when it's Jason Verrett and Patrick Robinson and Brandon Flowers. That's even tougher when it's guys you're way down on your depth chart, especially because of the size of those guys. I know Sam Davis was forcing us to talk last week about the size of Alshon, and man, did it show up. It looked like he was, as you said earlier, before we started rolling, Dikembe Mutombo out there playing defense.
Oh my gosh, he's just posting up in there.
Yeah.
Just throwing it up, and he's got smaller men defending him, and he used that big body. He's 6'4", but he played like he was 6'10". I mean, the guy was mammoth on the field in his catching radius. And Sam Davis told us about this. His catching radius in his hands. The way he holds a football, it's almost as if he can engulf that thing and touch his fingers together around it. It's ridiculous. He's a heck of a playmaker. Presents a real challenge for John Pagano trying to cover the backup corners. Where do you swing the defense? Then you leave yourself exposed.
Despite Alshon having 10 receptions, 151 yards, Cutler goes off, has 345 and 2 touchdowns plus the pick six. The Chargers were in a position once again to win the game late, down in the red zone. Great field position late in the fourth quarter. And once again, the Chargers shoot themselves in the foot.
You're up 16-14 on the second to last drive of the football game, and this is where good teams step on the throat of the opponent and end this thing. You get a touchdown, you're up 9, game's over. Stevie Johnson catches the ball, 4-yard line, first and goal. Oh wait, he gets up and he spikes the ball, delay a game penalty, sets him back to the 9. Danny Woodhead, and a rare drop by him. And then you've got an illegal man downfield on DJ Fluker when Phillip gets flush from the pocket. It's hard to knock that hustle. You love the fact that DJ is down, hustling, trying to protect his quarterback, looking for work. He doesn't want to be the guy stuck with his thumb in his behind, standing still while Phillip's getting hit. So you commit him on the work, maybe need to work on a little bit of field awareness there. But that negates an Antonio Gates touchdown, which would send them up 9.
They end up kicking the field goal. The Bears drive down, score on an amazing touchdown catch by Zach Miller, one-handed on a rocket. Looked like he threw that ball about 106 miles an hour.
That thing had the speed wobbles. It was going so fast.
This game had portions of every Chargers loss so far in terms of big things that stick out in the 6 previous losses they had. You had in this game as well. And once again, the Chargers, 3 minutes left, 2 timeouts. You're thinking, okay, they can at least drive here and get a field goal, tie things up, maybe get in the end zone and win the game. And you talked about Danny Woodhead with a drop earlier. It was a bad game for guys to do things for the first time. Danny Woodhead had 2 drops, and on that final, what turns out to be the final series for the Chargers in that game, Joe Barksdale gives up 2 sacks. First 2 sacks of the season that he's been credited against. It's so tough to get around.
Yeah, that's really tough to overcome there. Joe's done a really nice job this season. He's lined up against a very fresh Lamar Houston, who had been subbing in and out, but more out than in. He comes in late in the game, brings all the speed, all the power he has, and he puts some nice rushes together. As a former Oakland Raider, we played against that guy a lot. He's a handful, and he gave it all to Joe Barksdale.
Yeah, ghosts of Raiders past rearing their head there at the end of the game. I don't know if you're watching this game, what is more frustrating, the fact that the Chargers keep getting injured, and that's so frustrating just because you're just wondering, when will this ever stop?
Yeah.
Malcolm goes out, Jason Verrett goes out, Patrick Robinson goes out. But also on the other hand, that the Chargers are still in these games. They still have the opportunity to win it in the end, but they come up just short with backups in the game. And I think that you and I talk about it a lot, that it's tough to win when you have backups playing so much.
Yeah, you've got backups who are supposed to come in and fill in spots. But when you're fielding an entire lineup, it seems, of backups, you can't cover for that. There's a reason the guy's the backup and not the starter. He's not as good as the guy that's lined up in front of him. And so you can normally adjust, but what do you do now? Phillips even running out of options to throw to at the wide receiver position. Keenan's down, Malcolm's down, Stevie's still hampered up by that hamstring. Javonte Herndon gets his first go at it. But it's tough. It's a real tough sled to pull when you've got lots of backups.